today we start a brand new video series I like to call NASCAR Season Recaps. What this is we choose a season from NASCAR. You know, we could go over this past season, 2018. We can go all the way back to 1979 and go over driver changes such as Rookie of the Year candidates or new drivers who went to new places. Schedule changes such as any changes to a schedule. And anything else that happens, such as race winners, anything important during that season, the point standings, of course, you know, all the important stuff. This is the first episode. If I do miss anything, I'd like to know down in the comment section. Leave it down in the comment section, we will get. But today's video will be about the 2000 NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, we're going to get into this first category, and we're going to be talking about driver changes. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is rookies. Now, in 2000, there was a couple of rookies that made their debut. One of them happened to be driving the number 17 Ford for Roush Fenway Racing, and that is Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth is from Cambridge, Wisconsin, and yeah, it was his rookie year in 2000. The other one is pretty popular around NASCAR. It's been popular for years and years to come, and that was Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 8 Budweiser Chevrolet from the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated stable. Now let's talk about new faces and new places, folks. This is where we can get really interesting. Bunch of driver changes happen. We'll start with the first one. Let's talk about Johnny Benson. Johnny Benson joins the number 10 Pontiac. I obviously didn't write down what team it was because, you know, I'm a fucking idiot. But he did switch teams in 2000. He went to the number 10 Pontiac. Again, we won't know these teams. I just know that some of these teams off the top of the head. So some of these, like first couple, I don't know the team. Let's talk about Robbie Gordon now. He joins the number 13 Menards, whatever the hell is on this car, Ford, in 2000. The next one is Jerry Nadeau. Jerry Nadeau joins the Hendrick stable here in number 25 car, the Monte Carlo Chevrolet. Next, we have Joe Nemechek driving the number 33 Oakwood Homes Monte Carlo Chevrolet. Next, we have Ricky Rudd joining back with, what is it called? Robert Yates Racing here in the number 28 Havoline Ford Taurus. And the last driver change we're going to talk about is going to be Ken Schrader in the number 36 M&M's Pontiac. Those were some of the driver changes. There were some more. I just not really thinking they were important to talk about. Because, you know, they're not stars of the sport. Now we get to go and talk about the race schedule. It was a 34 race schedule, as you can see on the screen here. Starting in Daytona with the Daytona 500. But what was different about the schedule back in 2000 is it doesn't, you know, first not having 2 races on the schedule, it does now, and it doesn't go right to Atlanta or go here or go there. There's also some tracks we don't go to anymore. So the second race of the year was held at Rockingham. We do go to Vegas still. Las Vegas was the 3rd race of the year. Atlanta was the 4th race of the year, and they had a Darlington race in the 5th race of the year. Bristol, everyone loves Bristol, was the 6th race of the year. They went to Texas, which was the 7th race of the year. Martinsville was the 8th race of the year, and the 9th race of the year was Talladega. Then they had an Easter break, and then we go to California for Auto Club Speedway and Richmond. So you can see here we go all over the place in the first couple of races here in 2000. We go on another break here, and pretty much it's a 2-week break because some drivers weren't a part of the Winston. The Winston happened the 20th of May, the 3rd weekend in May, it does look to be here, according to what I can read here, was the Winston. And then we go to Coca-Cola 600. The Coca-Cola 600 was a race. Now here's a couple important key winners here. Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500. Dale Jr.'s first win came at Texas for the DirecTV 500, and Matt Kent's first win came at the Coke 600. So there's some, important race wins there. You might find a couple more important ones, but I don't care. This is gonna go a lot better in the next episode, folks, because this is just something I'm throwing together, something I had in my mind, something we're just, bringing up new. Now, let's go after that. They went to Dover, Michigan, Pocono, and then Sonoma before they went to the summer race at Daytona. After that, they had Loudon, and they had a bye week. Then they went to Pocono and had another bye week. Then they had the Brickyard 400, went to Watkins Glen, went to Michigan, went to Bristol, had the Southern 500, went to Richmond, and went to Loudon, Dover, Martinsville, Charlotte, Dale Sr.'s last race win at Talladega, the Rockingham, Phoenix, Homestead, and Atlanta. Some different changes here from the 2018-2019 schedule you want to point out here is, one, there is some tracks we don't go to anymore. Like I said, we don't go to Rockingham anymore. 2, the season ended in Atlanta instead of Homestead, Miami. 3, there is no chase format here. We'll be talking about that, I guess, in the point standings, because that's something, kind of important here. And that's pretty much it about the schedule. There was no schedule changes coming from 1999. Let's talk about the TV channels here. So, ABC, ESPN had the majority of the races, it looks like here. They had 17 races. Let me do the math here. Yes, they had the most races. And then the Turner Broadcasting Network group that has TBS, CBS, and TNN stands for. They had pretty much the other half of the schedule. NBC had one race. After the 2000 season, ABC, ESPN, CBS, TBS, and TNN didn't have any more race coverages. For CBS and TBS, that's the last time they had any coverage that I know of here in the recent future. ESPN did come back in 2007, and NBC came back 2001 to 2006. Took kind of a break here because TNT took over. I guess you can say TNN and TNT are the same thing. I don't know. So I can guess you can say TNN is still technically a part of this. But nowadays it's just Fox. Fox Sports 1. NBC and NBC Sports are the channels here that carry races on TV. Now let's go ahead and start talking about race winners here. There were 14 different race winners in 2000. We had a couple first-time winners, a couple, repeat winners and whatnot. Let's start talking about the driver who had the most, with 6 wins. This driver this year had 6 wins, and that was Tony Stewart. What we're going to improve on in the next episode is again, I'm going to be writing down the races they won. This is again was just quickly put together. Just trying to see how it flows here. But Tony Stewart did have 6 wins in 2000. He was the only driver with 6 wins in 2000. Alrighty here. There was no drivers with 5 wins, but there were 3 drivers with 4. That was Rusty Wallace, Jeff Burton, and Bobby Labonte. Those 3 drivers had 4 wins in 2000. Only 1 driver had 3 wins in 2000, and that happened to be the driver of the number 24 car, Jeff Gordon. Good for him, bro. You're the only driver with 3 wins in 2000. There were 4 drivers who had 2 wins. Those drivers are Dale Jarrett, Jeremy Mayfield, Dale Jr., and Dale Sr. Those are your 4 drivers who had 2 wins in 2000. Last but not least, if you've been keeping math and whatnot, which would be weird, there were 5 drivers who had just one win themselves. Mark Martin, Steve Park, Ward Burton, Jerry Nadeau, and Matt Kenseth. Jerry Nadeau's came in the last race of the year. Matt Kenseth's came in the Coke 600. I don't know where Mark Martin's came with at. Same thing with Steve Park and Ward Burton. They just don't know where they came from. So those are your 14 different drivers. Again, episode number 2, which I don't know what season I'm going to do yet. I'm going to include those race wins in there, something different. Last but not least, let's talk about your 2,000 point standings here. So like I said, there was no point playoff system. So you can see here, these drivers who are obviously here 1 through 10 are not, having a great lead over 11th through the rest of the field. So, what that means is these drivers here, they literally went out every single race. They earned the max number of points, which I believe is like 160 they can earn if they win the race. And there's 5 points going on down, so far, so forth. We'll talk about the point system in another video because, these are things I don't think about thinking here. But like I said here, no actual playoff system. So you literally go out and race every single race like you have a chance of becoming a champion. So here we go. Let's take a look here at your point standings. Your 2,000 point series champion was Bobby Labonte. He did have 4 wins. He had the best average finish of everyone with a 7.4. He did finish more than one race ahead of the points here. He led only 465 laps. But he also ran the most laps, had 2 poles, 19 top 5s, 24 top 10s. Pretty good season for him. Dale Senior, who finished second with 265 point deficit here of winning the title, had 2 wins, 13 top 5s, 24 top 10s, no poles, led 353 laps, and had an average finish of 9.4. Ward Burton was third in points. He was 294 back. He had 4 wins, 15 top 5s, 22 top 10s, 1 pole, led 1,129 laps, and an average finish of 10.2. I want to say this was the year he led every single lap at a New Hampshire race. Don't quote me. Number 4 in points was Dale Jarrett. He had 2 wins. One was a Daytona 500. 15 top 5, 24 top 10s, 3 poles, led 333 laps, had an average finish of 11.1, and was 446 points back. Ricky Rudd, who didn't have a single win in 2000, had 5th place in points with 12 top top 5s, 19 top 10s, 2 poles, led only 362 laps, an average finish of 11.5, and was 555 points back. A lot of 5s there in that point spot. Tony Stewart was 6th in points. He, like I said earlier, had 6 wins, 12 top 5s, 23 top 10s, 2 poles. He led 1,212 laps, had an average finish of 12.4, and was 560 back. Rusty Wallace, he was 7th with 4 wins, 12 top 5s, 20 top 10s, 9 poles in 2000, average finish of 12.6. Mark Martin was 7th with 1 win, 13 top 5s, 20 top 10s, had an average finish of 13.6. Jeff Gordon finished number 9 in the standings, 3 wins, 11 top 5s, 22 top 10s, 3 poles, led 425 laps, an average finish of 12.9. And Ward Burton rounds out the top 10 here with 1 win, 4 top 5s, 17 top 10s, and what else here? Led 505 laps, had an average finish of 15.1. Yeah. Some other interesting names here. Matt Kenseth finished 14th. He was your Rookie of the Year winner. Had 1 win, 4 top 5s, 11 top 10s. Led 162 laps. Had an average finish of 18.9. Was over 1,000 points back. Jill Jr. finished 16th in points. He only had 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 2 poles. Average finish of 20.9. Led 426 laps. He was 1,600 points back. And Jerry Nadeau was 20th in points with 1 win, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, no poles, led 364 laps, 23.1 was the average finish. So that is going to be it for me today. This again was just, you know, something I threw together kind of last minute. Just, you know, this was on my head, something I wanted to do, get it right. I probably should have thought a little bit more about it. But episode number 2 is going to be better because I'm going to do more research. I have a kind of an idea here what I want to do for episode number 2. You know, we'll see here in episode number 2. But yeah, that's going to be it. And that was your NASCAR Winston Cup Series 2000 kind of season recap. If I missed anything, leave it down in the comments section. I'll try to get it in episode number 2. But yeah, that'll be it for me. This is All Gas TV. Wishing you guys have a great rest of your day.